Hi, everybody. Good evening. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hit the like, please. Hi, Turtle Gang. All right. I love that song. I could play it 10 more times. Hi, everybody. Hi, just a small town girl, Kathy Blanks, Turtle Gang, Deb E, Candace, Barbara Smith. I almost said my own name. PCT is extreme, which, I had to type it in to pin it. Hi, Kay Marie, Artgo Show, Angie Gibson. Yay! So I looked. Dumplin isn't live. Rebel and Tattooed Angel isn't live. Piscine Predator isn't live. Jimmy isn't live yet. I think he's going to have a show maybe 11, 12, 1, 2 in an hour, maybe 3 in the morning again. Hi, Rock 54. Hi, Tree Baby Tennessee. Thanks, everybody. Hi, Christy. I walked the plank. I was blindfolded. I don't even know. Don't they blindfold people on a plank? But like PJ said in chat, this isn't the pirate ship over at Savages when I brought it up the first time. She's like, this isn't the pirate ship. But I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I'm looking, first of all, just being on there, being voted to be on there, or however it worked. I think I was voted. High stars above is an honor. I mean, we're in the 3rd season, and it's an honor. And I can look at this as the glass half empty or the glass half full, right? I'm looking at it the glass half full. I got a lot of love. I got a lot of people taking the time to call in from clear across the United States and New York, down south, in the middle, the Midwest. So yeah, I'm fine. Oh, thanks, stars above. Thank you for everybody that called in and just gave me support in the chat. I knew my time wouldn't be long on the island. Like, I just knew it because people were kind of not after me, but wanting me off the first week, right? So because of that obviousness, hi everybody. So I just looked at I just watched Fox Live Now. Is that what it's called? Oh, thank you. YouTube queen. And I got some details, you guys. Maybe you've all already heard this. I'm going to cover Jared Golden's response. He's a congressman in Lewiston, and I'm going to first cover the patients. Maybe you guys heard already. So 18 have died, not 22. All right. So, I mean, that's good. Hi, Tony. Thank you for the compliment, as usual. Oh, I better watch that fake Southern accent. I just have fun with it, you guys. I'm not picking, mimicking. Honestly, I do it because it kind of makes me feel more a part of the South. That's the fact of the matter. If I can fake a little accent, I might feel like I'm maybe from down south like y'all. I don't know. Yeah, I know. So this is what happened for people that don't know about the victims. 18 were killed, and basically there were 7 victims at the recreation center. 6 males, 1 female. Then he drove about 9 minutes to Schmeggy's Billiards. 8 people killed there. 7 inside, 1 outside, all males. Okay, so out of 15 people, we have 1 female so far and 14 males. Isn't that something? Now, 3 died on the way to the hospital. That's the 18 right there. So out of the 18, 8 have been identified. This kind of surprised me. And 10 have not been identified yet, you guys. And this was just like live maybe. Well, I speeded it up, so, maybe in the last hour they've been identified, but I'm thinking maybe not. Please hit the like. Woohoo! Okay. So that's really sad, and I should be talking more somberly and more caring, not be doing this woohoo crap. I get ahead of my brain, or my brain gets ahead of me, or I don't know. They're still telling people to shelter in place. And as a lot of you know, the cops have circled and have gotten a search warrant for Mr. Card's home, okay, which is in Bowdoin, Maine. Okay, so I took notes because first of all, I can't remember all this stuff. So the governor of Maine, which she's a woman and I can't remember her name, and I know that's not very good. I should have written it down. I kept rewinding and trying to speed up and slow down. And anyways, the governor of Maine, and she said that she was for, and she was being elected and stuff, the red and yellow flag laws. I've never heard of these. She didn't elaborate on the red flag law, so I don't know what that is. But the yellow flag law is when you're in a mental institution or whatever for 2 weeks or more, your firearms are stripped from you. You do not have access to firearms. And people were, asking her questions, how come this wasn't done? And she basically said, she's the governor, right? She said it's a state. The state should have done it and taken care of it. Apparently, there's a lot of people very angry. If it was my child or loved one or, relative or whatever, I'd be super pissed too. Like super pissed. I don't know what I would do. They're angry because she said it. She said, those people that are angry and hurt and trying to figure this out with us, our condolences of the town and the state are with you, which is nice. But I'm just going to say it here. How many more of these damn shootings do we have to have, you guys? Okay, I'm not going to turn this into a political thing, but how many more? I remember when the father's son was shot inside a store in California, where I don't know, it's just a little teeny convenience store. He was shot and killed. And he started the hashtag not one more. And I'm telling you, that was at least 8 years ago. I mean, hashtags, whatever. I mean, things have to change. So apparently, so anyway, back to the yellow flag law. She said that it's going to be looked at more closely. And why, why? Hey, Tattooed Angel. Hi. Hi, Tutti Frutti. Deborah Ann. Hi, Carol Ann. So, these laws are going to be looked at more carefully. I have never said nobody should carry a gun. I haven't, or a concealed weapon or whatever. But I'm sorry. I'm against assault rifles. I'm just against them for civilians. I think it's unnecessary, and now I am kind of turning it into a political thing. I guess I'm just saying my opinion. Jared Golden of Maine, he's a congressman representing Lewiston, where the shooting was. He actually said these words. He said he had a false confidence in his community as far as banning assault rifles. And he actually feels, I don't think he said the word guilt, maybe not even remorse, but maybe regret on not looking at this closer. And because he has a daughter, one reason, he wants to ban assault rifles now. A lot of people carry weapons in Maine. It's one of the most, they said that state is one of the most, not allowed, not carried, whatever words I'm looking for, people have guns, right? This is what was said. Anyway, so yeah, so I mean, I was happy to hear that. Now back with the patients. See, or the victims. Now I'm all over the place. Did I say 3 died on the way to the hospital? I think I did, because it was 7 and then 8 and then 3 more makes the 18. So 3 died on the way to the hospital. Prayers for the families, everybody. Hi, Queen Mick, not Milk. Hi, Barbara Smith. Hi, everybody. If I miss your name, don't be offended. I get caught up in my reading sometimes. So that makes the 18 that died, not 22. 4 more living is a good thing, but 18 is way too much. Now, when they say males, right? Are we assuming they're all adults and they just don't want to say any of them are children yet? I don't know. Oddly enough, it wasn't asked by any of the reporters in the Fox Live news thing to the governor and stuff like that, and to the congressman. Maybe you guys, it's not children. I don't know, unless someone else knows something. Yeah, oh, you don't have to have a permit to carry in Maine. Yeah, so I mean, Jared Golden is literally calling those assault rifles deadly weapons of war. And I really appreciate him saying that, because I believe that's what they are. I mean, I just think there's too much denial going on, you guys. Like, what's it going to take? Is it going to take for some people, I'll just say that, their children to be shot at a mall, at a school, at their workplace by a spray of bullets? It's just unnecessary. It's just, I don't know. Okay. Now, anyway, the governor of Maine also would like to increase the age to purchase a high capacity weapon, which to me is an assault rifle. No, maybe not. I could be totally wrong. I don't know hardly anything about guns. I'll say it right here. From 18 to 21, which I think is wise. I mean, they say, first they're saying our brains are developed fully by the age of 21. Now it's 25, I've heard. You guys can look it up if you don't believe me, but supposedly it's 25. So, 18's pretty young. I don't know. I was pretty immature when I was 18. So that's so some things are happening, and hopefully going to be changed. Hi, Deb EE. But, all the families who lost loved ones, little too darn late, if you ask me. I already said they're still telling people to shelter in place. Government buildings are closed, or shut down, I should say. Stores, the schools. And I also heard that the college, Bates College, people that were in that college had to stay in lockdown all night and could go home and released at 7:30 yesterday morning. Because for you guys now, you're into Friday, a lot of you down south or whatever. It's 11:30 p.m. still here. So what else? It's a homicide investigation, of course, and the counts will go up as they identify the 10 other unidentified people. But so far, it's mostly males. I mean, literally. Well, I don't know about the 3 that died. They didn't say if they're male or female. So that would be interesting. Not interesting, but you know what I mean. I'd like to know. Okay, so that's all the news that I have on that. I guess Schmeggy's is a billiards place. And I did hear one person talking last night that her son was at the bar, and I'm assuming at Schmeggy's, and wasn't answering his phone. Yeah, that's just not good. And that's all I know about that. Hi, Donna Clark. Oh, Lord. So, I hope you guys don't unsubscribe just because I'm against these assault rifles. I mean, I thought way back when I was trying to get an idea of how many just school shootings there were, I thought there was like 30, 50, 100 tops. This was when I was kind of looking into it way before I found Dolly Vision on YouTube and met you all. Try like 300 plus. I was just sick. I was like, what? So I looked into it, and all the states, just everywhere, school shootings. Colorado, everywhere. Alaska, Washington State. Marysville is about 45, 50 minutes from me. And I was here in this apartment when the Marysville high school shooting happened. And my son's best friend that he met here when he was 19, when Josh was 19, who now lives in Marysville / Lake Stevens area, went to that high school, had graduated just a few years before. Not to get all into that, but the guy was mostly Native American. So that's Indian, right? I'm not trying to be, I'm just trying to get my words right. And was upset at a girl, and anyway, walked right up and shot 2 guys and 2 girls while they were eating breakfast. Just came up right behind them and shot them all in the head. Trigger warning. For real. So, and he shot himself. He's not in prison or jail or anything. And he was a really happy kid, had a lot going for him, but he was really upset about something. And I believe, don't quote me on this, I think this was roughly 8 or 9 or 9 or 10 years ago. If you guys ever want to look it up, Marysville, it's one word, Washington. And actually, I should pull it up since I'm talking about it. I think I will. Put a 1 in the chat. Yeah, if any of you have heard about this. I think one of the victims, you guys, was his cousin. And he was a popular guy. I mean, he wasn't like, I don't think he was all like maybe bullied and this kind of deal. But put a 1 in the chat if anyone's heard of the Marysville high school shooting. I'm going to type it in. This wasn't planned. My programs usually aren't. Okay, there it is. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. These were the victims. I'll just show the victims first. Or no, maybe I won't. I'll show this one first. This is 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Now, I haven't seen these videos, you guys. I just saw it on my TV, on the news. I think it was coming out of Seattle or something years ago, 10 years ago. So what year was it? Oh my God, it was 2014. So yeah, there you go. 9 years ago. I said 9 or 10. Hi, you guys. Oh, Rogerland 99 heard about this. Are you from the Pacific Northwest, maybe? Hi, Reggie, be good. I mean, you don't have to say your state if you don't even want to. Thank you. Thank you, Reggie, for your support on Turtle Island. I saw that super chat and everything, and all the other super chats and call-ins. Excuse me, I felt a lot of love. I did. Not like, love. That's what I felt. Here we go.
Made to light up the room.
Oh, for crying out loud, these advertisements.
Made to bring out that sparkle.
7 more seconds.
Made to shine.
Jalen Freiberg was not the kid anyone thought would snap. He was popular, and on the surface, the problems in his life were not the sort we've come to associate with mass school shoots. Still, the social media trail he leaves behind paints a teenager who may have been frustrated with some of those close to him. But even that may not fully explain why he apparently opened fire on his classmates in a Marysville, Washington school cafeteria yesterday, killing one and sending 4 others to hospitals with severe wounds before taking his own life.
Oh, I didn't
Today,
know only
authorities
one
and
died.
eyewitnesses offered
I
new
forgot.
details about the shooting at Marysville Pilchuck High School and what may have led to it. As we also learn more about the young victims, some of whom are fighting for their lives tonight. NBC's Joe Fryer is in Marysville, Washington for us with more.
Oh, doing work in nearby Everett,
Good evening, Lester. Many students returned to school today, retrieving items left behind when they fled. Tonight, the motive behind this shooting remains a mystery, but family members confirm 2 of the victims were related to the gunman.
Yep, see?
Witnesses say Jalen Freiberg, the teenager who apparently opened fire inside the cafeteria at Marysville Pilchuck High School, shot friends and relatives who were close to him. Alex Hatch, a distant cousin and friend of the gunman, was sitting the next table over.
I looked up and Jalen, he was looking at us. They didn't look like him. They looked like a different person. He had a look on his face like he was just realizing what he did. And I think he kind of had a change of heart. And if he wanted to, he could have gone on.
Police say at 10:39 Friday morning, they received the first 911 call. At 10:41, a school resource officer arrived in the cafeteria. By 10:43, it was confirmed Freiberg was down after taking his own life. One victim, a female student, was killed. 4 more were injured, including 2 of the suspect's distant cousins, 14-year-old Nate Hatch, who's in serious condition, and 15-year-old Andrew Freiberg in critical condition.
They're just good buds. They live next door to each other. They're, as well as the shooter, they're just.
Oh, that's nice, Rogerland.
They couldn't
be safe, have a good time.
3 brothers.
The 2 other victims are Gia Soriano and Shaylee Chuckle-Naskett.
She's just a good girl, full of life. Always had a smile, always said she loved you.
Both girls are in critical condition after they were shot in the head.
The next 3 days are going to be crucial. These young people are being monitored moment by moment.
Students say Freiberg was a positive, popular freshman, recently named homecoming royalty.
Yeah.
This is the exact opposite of somebody we would expect to commit a terrible act like this.
Friends say a few days before the shooting, Freiberg was more negative than usual. They say he recently got in a fight with another student, and law enforcement sources tell NBC News he may have been upset about a romantic relationship. Earlier this week on Twitter, Freiberg wrote, "It breaks me, it actually does. I know it seems like I'm sweating it off, but I'm not, and I never will be able to." But no one expected something like this to happen.
I would have never known he was ever going to do this. If somebody would have told me, I would have said, "You're crazy."
Authorities have not yet released the name of the girl who died. As part of the investigation, more than 100 student witnesses have been interviewed. Detectives did find a .40 caliber handgun at the scene, which they believe was used in the shooting.
Oh, you guys, good grief. Okay, see,
Jalen Freiberg was not the kid any.
Oh, gosh, please. So, see, I thought 4 all died. Now, I think those other ones pulled through, but let's just see what this says. I'm thinking it was Gia Soriano that died, but I'm not really sure. This is 2 minutes and 11 seconds. And I'm glad that I get a notification when Jimmy goes live, clear over on StreamYard. But if you guys see it before I do, go ahead and let me know if you want. Hit the like, please. Subscribe if you'd like to.
Victim of that school shooting in Marysville, Washington, died of her wounds. Gia Soriano was 14.
Yep.
Zoe Galasso died Friday.
What?
Was shot by Jalen Freiberg, who then took his own life. 3 other classmates remain in the hospital. Carter Evans is
Both
in
of the
Marysville,
girls
Washington.
died, you guys.
There was a moment of silence at 10:39 this morning, the exact time of Friday's deadly shooting. Could you have seen this coming?
No, it was so out of the blue.
Paige Eicher was close friends with the 5 victims and Jalen Freiberg, the 15-year-old gunman who was voted homecoming prince just a week before he opened fire in his school cafeteria.
That's something, you
I don't
guys.
understand why. I just don't understand what was going through his head that day.
The .40 caliber Beretta Freiberg used in the shooting belonged to a family member. Eicher says he asked their entire circle of friends to meet him for lunch Friday. She didn't go.
I honestly think he didn't want to go by himself. He wanted all his friends to go down with him.
It's quite honestly like ripping the scab off my heart again. And the pain feels as fresh as it did back then.
Nicole Hockley's 6-year-old son Dylan was killed in the attack on Sandy Hook Elementary in 2012. Since then, there have been 37 school shootings nationwide.
It's like going back in time when you see
Since then.
aerial footage of children running from a school.
Hockley is in Washington state to promote a ballot initiative requiring firearm background checks, a trip planned before the Marysville attack. Gun rights advocates say the Marysville shooting is now being exploited ahead of the November election.
It's just discouraging that it always just becomes such a fight.
This was 9 years ago, and at that point, there were 37 school shootings.
Police still haven't released a motive for the shooting, and they say they may never know what provoked Freiberg's attack on his friends. And Scott, the school here will remain closed for the rest of the week.
Carter Evans in Maryville. Carter, thank you very much.
Wow.
New details emerging about a popular teen who opened fire in his high school cafeteria today as the sound of gunshots
I'll
rang
explain
out.
in a
His
minute,
peers fled in
Katie.
terror. He killed one student and injured 4 others before turning the gun on himself. So what made a homecoming prince into a cold-blooded killer? ABC's Neil Karlinski is on the scene with the latest.
It's happened again, those all too familiar images of children running for their lives from what should be a place of safety, their school. This time, Marysville Hillchuck High, north of Seattle.
It's that information of possible shooting at the high school in the cafeteria.
Hi, Undercover.
First call comes into 911.
This is 9 years ago.
Inside the school, a now sickeningly familiar alert.
Put it out as an active shooter for now. There was 5 to 6 shots. I counted 5, but I think there was 6.
Hi,
Emergency
Sidekick.
Responders who had just practiced a drill for something like this week quickly swarmed the area.
Wow.
Police with guns drawn sweeping inside, checking locked doors. Minutes later, the shooter is reported dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
The shooter is down.
Another student is also dead, and 4 others injured, including 3 shot in the head and listed in critical condition. All of them shot inside the school cafeteria.
4 shots went off, and I thought it was firecrackers, and then everyone started ducking under the tables, and then 3 more went off, and everyone started screaming, "Run! It's a gun!"
When I fell over, I got up and there's just someone on the ground.
This boy lifts his shirt to show us where a bullet grazed his back.
I heard gunshots, and it must have ricocheted off something and hit me.
And I heard the fire alarm go off, and everyone ran in our class, and I heard some gunshots.
You heard the shots? Soon, terrified parents begin flooding the area. A nearby church set aside for kids to be taken by school bus and reunited.
We're lucky. We get to take her home tonight. This shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen to our kids and our grandkids.
She called me right away, so I didn't have to worry for too long. Thank God. I can't imagine the parents that hadn't heard from their kids that were standing over there.
The scene here is surreal. You see parents reuniting with emotional kids everywhere you look. You can see the school buses here that have taken the kids from the school to this church, and it's just one huge mass of desperate parents trying to find their kids.
The maid was telling us that someone has a gun, and so we just ran into a classroom.
The alleged shooter, not an outcast or a loner, but this year's freshman homecoming prince, identified tonight as Jalen Freiberg, a football player and popular student. One of his friends told us he had just returned to school after reportedly being suspended for a fight.
I never thought he would do this. I see him every day.
Was he mad about something?
No, he was fine.
Can you make any sense of this? I mean, you know him.
I don't know,
2 Central, 11, 12, 1, 2. Okay, 15 minutes.
He was fine the day before. He was being sassy as always and good.
Another friend says he spoke to Jalen earlier today.
From what I heard, there was a couple of bullying incidents that had happened where some people had said some stuff about him in a class.
So what could have set him off? Twitter offers some clues. Jalen writing yesterday morning, "It won't last. It'll never last." He seemed to be upset earlier in the week, tweeting, "I should have listened. You were right. The whole time you were right." And it breaks me. It actually does.
When this is over, I'm gonna end this. We'll head over to Jimmy's.
Will be able to. And on Instagram,
Dolly
this
Vision,
photo,
okay?
Jalen and his birthday present, a gun, though not believed to be the murder weapon.
There is no profile, except they're almost always boys, and almost always they have felt some degree of sense of either failure or loss.
Dave Cullen, who has written extensively about school shooters, says the repeat pattern in so many of them is depression.
If we can attack that problem and solve those kids and bring them out of depression, we will cure the problem, get rid of the problem before it ever gets to the point of a gun.
School shootings have become painfully routine across the country. This year alone, more than 13 school or campus-related shootings. Tonight, the shooters'
In 1
family is
year,
looking to themselves,
13, and that was
chairman of the
9
Native
years
American
ago.
tribe that they belong to had this to say.
Sadly, we now experience what has become a national trend, and we as a society must address this issue.
In Marysville, Washington tonight, the school's championship football game canceled. The school district has announced plans to close school for all of next week.
But we pray for the families, God, who have lost loved ones, God, that you would comfort them tonight.
And at a church in town just hours ago, a community came together to show their support for
I didn't know he left a note. That's what
lost so much.
Roger
to
Land
try to understand
said.
Something that makes no sense. I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Marysville, Washington.
Okay, so again, I never know what. Oh, let me turn this off. I never know what I'm going to talk about. Well, I did. I talked about the Maine shooting first. I'm going to head over to Jimmy's, you guys. Because I am a mod, I'm pretty sure still over there. I hope you guys all join me over there. And just when you get a chance, watch back the beginning of the live. It's only going to be about 40 minutes long. And maybe I'll come back and do a little more of another program and cover some of my things, but some more disappearances, but I really may not. I was just talking about guns a little bit, and then I said there was a shooting 9-10 years ago, 50 minutes from me, and I talked about it, and then I thought, well, I'll bring some info up, and now Jimmy's going live. But yeah, there's been 18 victims, not 22. At the first place, the recreation center, there were 8, 1 female, 7 males. And then 9 minutes away, or did they say 4 minutes? No, I think it's 9 minutes away. I think they said at Schmeggy's Billiards, another 8. Okay, 7 at the first one, sorry. So 1 female, 6 males. 8 at the next one, all males. 7 died inside of the building. 1 was shot and killed outside. That's 15 there. And then 3 people died on the way to the hospital. There are, this is what I forgot to say. Right now, there's 8 remaining in the hospital. Wait, 15. Yeah, that's 18. Well, anyway, they said there's 5 stable, 3 critical. 3 more could possibly pass. You never know. But yeah, 3 died on the way to the hospital. So, yeah. Anyway, whoever didn't see what I said, that's all I know. Besides that, they have a search warrant for Mr. Card's home in Bowdoin, Maine. That's all I know so far. I watched live, and I don't think he's been caught yet, unless he's been caught in the last, half hour. All right, you guys, thanks for coming to PCT is Extreme. Thank you for all your love on Turtle Island and all these weeks leading up. I'm just fine. I'm looking at the glass half full. It's an honor to be on. It's an honor to know how loved I am, or liked I am, or whatever I'm trying to say. All right, I'll see you guys. Mwah. Probably the next show will be tomorrow. Maybe not. If I come live, hopefully your notifications will go on. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye. Hit the like and subscribe if you will. Thank you for coming over, everybody. Hi, baby girl. If I missed your name, don't be offended. Let me see. Hi, Katie C. Yeah. Thank you for coming over, everybody. I love you guys. Bye-bye.